Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and my name is Siri and welcome back to another video. So today we are going to do a myth versus fact English learning edition. I know there are a lot of myths that are there around every English learner and we do not know is it a myth or a fact. So in this video, I'm going to tell you 5 common myths that we all believe as English learners and I'm also going to tell you what are the facts. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. Number 1 is coming from an English medium school is a mandatory to be fluent in English. It's a myth because let me just tell you, I know a lot of people who are not from English medium, but they speak really good English. Again, I'm telling you, English is a language that we are learning. Now, if I want to learn Tamil or if I want to learn French, let's say, I don't have to study in French medium to know how to speak in French. I will try all the practical ways to be fluent in French, or in case if I say if I want to be fluent in Hindi, right from my childhood I did not uh, study in a Hindi medium school, but I know Hindi, I can speak Hindi. So that's what applies to English as well. It's us who assume or who believe in this myth that coming from an English medium school is a mandatory when it comes to being fluent in English. It could also be one of the excuses that you are giving to yourself to be fluent in English, because that's okay. Even if you do not come from an English medium school, that still works. You can definitely be fluent in English. It purely depends on the work that you put, not from the medium that you come. A lot of people who are from English medium school cannot even speak in English in these days, which again solves the problem. Do you think every English medium school student knows how to speak in English? Not really. And do you think every person who's not from an English medium school cannot speak in English? No. That is a secondary thing that we have to focus on. What we have to focus on is our effort, how much work we are putting towards it. So coming from which medium is definitely a myth. So please don't believe that. The fact is, you can be fluent in English no matter from whichever medium you come from. And the next myth is we should be perfect in grammar to be fluent in English. I know I've made a lot of videos. Let me just tell you, you don't have to be perfect in grammar to be fluent in English. I am not perfect in grammar. And I admit that. I have no problem with it, because as long as I am speaking, as long as I am speaking and people are able to understand whatever I am speaking, as long as my thoughts are out, as long as my thoughts are having its value, I don't care if I'm perfect in grammar or not, because right from the very start, I was very clear that I'm not learning English as a subject, I'm learning English as a language. Now, being perfect in grammar to be fluent in English is definitely 100% myth, which you should stop believing in. The fact is, you should mainly focus on all the practical aspects to be fluent in English, not on the subjective aspects when it comes to being fluent in English. Trust me when I say this, this is 100% myth that you should stop believing in, because I know a lot of people just being stuck there thinking that, oh my god, grammar is so important for us to be fluent in English, so I don't know grammar, so I'm not going to be fluent in English. Not at all. A lot of people who do not even know grammar are very fluent in English, so you don't have to worry about that. It's definitely a myth that you are believing in, and you should stop believing in it right now. And the next myth is English is too difficult to learn. Not really. Let me just tell you, there are a lot of other difficult things which are more difficult than this. It's not as difficult as you think it is. Once you step in, maybe when you are out looking at it from far distance would seem like, oh my god, people are watching a lot of English content, they are speaking a lot to be fluent in English, maybe it is very difficult. Not really. Once you step into the journey, once you start following all the practical aspects, I'm telling you, it is going to be a cakewalk, especially when you fall in love with the process. Now, here is the catch, that you have to love the process, which is going to make the entire journey of English a cakewalk. So, learning English is not as difficult as you think it is. It is too difficult to learn, is the myth that we all are believing in. Yes, it is very much easy to learn, is the fact that you have to start believing in. It is easy when you start loving the process, when you involve English into your daily life, when you do not consider learning English as a burden. Then it is very much easy. You yourself will feel like learning more interesting things when it comes to being fluent in English. So this is also one of the myths that we all believing in. I'm telling you, it's not as difficult as you think it is. There is a lot of content available these days online. There is so much source out there for you to help uh, to be fluent in English. So I don't know what you are worrying about. I don't know what is making you to think this way. So it's not very difficult to learn. Next myth is you need to have a lot of vocabulary to be fluent in English. My set of vocabulary is very limited. Let me just tell you, I don't even know the meaning of few exotic words. I don't even know the meaning of them. And I don't feel insecure when I don't know the meaning of those words, because I feel when I have my set of vocabulary to express my thoughts and the other person is able to understand, that is enough. So if you think that, oh my god, I need to have 100, 200, 300 words in my vocabulary, all the fancy words, only then I can speak. No, that's wrong. You can have 50 good words in your vocabulary and you're able to express your thoughts with them, then that's good. That's good enough. If you need not to have a perfect fancy vocabulary to be fluent in English. Again the same concept comes in place, which is you are learning English as a language. Now, when you are learning English as a language, using basic words also makes sense. You need not to have like a fancy vocabulary to be fluent in English, especially when in the beginning. It's okay even if you know basic words, it's okay even if you have like limited set of vocabulary, that's still fine. So if you're believing that I need to have a perfect vocabulary, that's definitely a myth. And the fact is, yes, basics also work wonderfully as long as you are able to convey whatever is there in your mind in a proper manner. They work fine, so you don't have to worry about it at all. The next myth is we are not supposed to make mistakes when we speak in English. This is a myth because everybody makes mistakes whenever they are speaking in English. I make a lot of mistakes whenever I'm speaking in videos also. It's just that you might not recognize it because you are focusing on the thought that I was trying to express. Now, even native speakers make mistakes when they speak in English. So, of course, we do make mistakes when we speak in English. If you expect yourself to not even make one single mistake whenever you speak in English, that doesn't make any sense, because this is not our mother tongue in the first place. So if it is not our mother tongue, it's something that we have learned over the time, then making mistakes makes sense. It's okay even if you do. It's just that we have to make sure to learn from those mistakes, and that's what we have to focus on. So if you are assuming that I am not supposed to make any mistake, I have to be absolutely perfect when I speak, I am just not supposed to make even one single mistake when I speak, then you are following the wrong way. Yes, we do make mistakes. People who are absolutely fluent in English also make mistakes. That's very, very normal. It's okay. You don't have to worry way too much about it. All right. So that's a myth that you are believing in. And the fact is, everybody makes mistakes. It's just that they convey it in such a way that people only focus on the thought that they are trying to express instead of the sentence that they are trying to express it with. You got my point, right? So stop believing in this myth. It's absolutely a myth. Don't believe in it at all, because all the myths that I've just told you are going to relieve a lot of stress when it comes to being fluent in English, because I understand how much of stress and how much of pressure is going to be there in our mind when we are learning English, because I've been through that phase. When I tell you that these are myths, I'm pretty sure they're going to relieve a lot of things in your mind. And yes, you should stop believing in them right now, that all these are definitely myths. Trust me, following all the facts is going to help you a lot. It's going to relieve a lot of stress and you're going to feel a lot better. I hope you guys got a clarity about what are myths and what are facts. So I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. I completely enjoyed shooting this one for all of you. If you liked this video, you know what to do. Give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in my next video. Maybe I should make a part 2 of this video. What do you guys think? Do let me know in the comment section. I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, please take care. I will see you soon. Bye.